Hello, my name is Stephen Carson, and today we are going to be talking about Ed Sheeran's new album, Divide. Now, Ed Sheeran is someone that I've been a fan of since around 2011, whenever he released his album Plus. And I really fell in love with that album. Uh, Front to back, a really, really good singer-songwriter album. I was really excited whenever he released X or Multiply, however you want to pronounce it. I was really excited, and I was a little let down by that album because Ed both tried new things with this album and also did a mixture of what he used to do. And I was let down with that album because, one, it was entirely too long. I think the regular version was like 16 tracks. It was way too long. And while there were songs on there that I really enjoyed, like Nina, Don't was fantastic. There was also just kind of mad tracks like Thinking Out Loud and Sing that I was just kind of indifferent on. And so with this third album, I was anticipating it, but I was also a little nervous because I was afraid we were going to get another Multiply. And so does Ed provide us with a better album here? In some ways, yes, but in other ways, I was just as disappointed as I was with Multiply. The album starts off really, really well, with like the first 6 tracks ranging from good to great. The album kicks off with like this almost hip hop number going back to some of Ed's older stuff, and it's just kind of like him giving you like kind of an update because Ed was gone for a long time. He took like a year and a half off of doing like social media, anything, and was just kind of living. And so that's kind of an update on where things have been because Multiply came out in like 2014, I'm pretty sure. So it's been a while since Ed released anything. And so Eraser is kind of a little update to all of his fans, letting them know, look, I'm back. And it's a good track. It's not one that I really like. I like albums that the first track is something that I really, really want to listen to over and over again, so that I just get stuck back into going into the album. I'm like, oh man, I got to hear that first track again. So then I just listen to the whole thing, and Eraser's not quite one of those. I actually kind of wish, like, I get the idea because lyrically the song is is like the update and like is kind of the introduction to the album. But I kind of wish that Castle on the Hill, and Eraser were switched because I think Castle on the Hill is a better, like, it's a big epic track, and I think that would have worked as an opener better in my opinion. But it works either way. Then we get Die, which is the first little hitch in the track for me, in the track list for me. It's not a bad song, but it's another one of those like kind of thinking out loud, typical slow ballady love songs that Ed does very well, but it's just kind of by the numbers at this point for Ed, and I want something more from Ed than just this. But it's a good track, but not amazing. Then we get Shape of You, which was the first single, well, a pair of the first singles that were released, and this song has done nothing but grow on me ever since I first heard it. This song is probably the best song on the album. Shape of You, it's just a lot of fun. The beat is really cool, even though, you know, it's repetitive, but, like, there are little things that Ed adds here and there. It reminds me a lot of his live shows, how, with his live shows, it's usually just him, and so he just kind of loops everything, and so that gives me, like, that live feel that I get from Ed's live shows, and I like it. It's simple, but intricate at the same time. And it's super catchy, like, if you hear that song and don't sing along to the chorus, something is wrong with you. And then we get the song Perfect, which is another little ballady love song from Ed. I actually really enjoy this one, though. I think the melody is really pretty. And it feels more personal than some of his other ballady love songs. So, another solid track. And then we get the song Galway Girl, which, next to Shape of You, is my favorite song on the album. Holy crap. Alright, so Ed takes like this folk uh, these these like folk Irish instrumentals and fuses it in with like this hip hop beat, and it's fantastic. Holy crap, I love it so much. It's definitely the song that I come back to most often. Like, it gets stuck in my head a lot as well. Like, I walk around singing this song all the time. Super, super catchy song. Like I said, Next Shape of You probably up there with my favorite tracks off the album. It's just so catchy. Then we get to kind of a little bit of a lull in the middle of the album. Happier, I like, but it's another like slow ballady song, and so like that's one of the problems that I have with this album is like the way it's structured, because you get like slow ballady song, upbeat pop song, slow ballady song, upbeat pop song, slow ballady song, upbeat pop song, for it feels like 4 or 5 sequences in a row, and so you kind of get excited and hyped with a big fun pop song, and then it brings you right back down. And you get excited with a big fun pop song, and it brings you right down. So I feel like if this was structured a little bit more, a little better, like maybe have Castle on the Hill, Eraser, then Shape of You, and then go into like Dive and Perfect, and then Galway Girl, and then Happier, and then Hearts Broke Break Around Here, and then New Man. Like, I feel like if the structure was changed up a little bit, I would enjoy some of these more ballad tracks more. But like, it's just like whiplash. Like, you get fun pop song, boom, right here with a slow ballad track, and so like your emotions get slung around a lot. It's probably one of the better done ballad tracks on the album, but like at this point I was just kind of tired. And then we get New Man, which is hilarious. The song is awesome. It's about Ed giving this sentiment to his ex, and he's like, I don't want to know about your new man, because obviously he doesn't want to know about me. And so it's just like, you go on and do that. But he throws this in at the end of the chorus. He's like, but whenever you guys inevitably break up, I'll be right here, so call me. Just really fun. I love these fun Ed tracks. Stuff like You Need Me, I Don't Need You. I love these fun-loving breakup songs from Ed. I think he does that really, really well. So it's something I would love to see more from Ed. And then we get probably my least favorite song on the album, Hearts Don't Break Around Here. It's just kind of dull and bland. It doesn't stand out too much, in my opinion. It's just kind of there. It's not a bad song, but it's nothing special at all. Then we get the song, What Do I Know? Which is just kind of this simple song on Ed's guitar. He plays this little lick. And he just kind of talks about, he just kind of gives some of his opinions on, like, politics and, like, the state of life right now. And he's just kind of like, these are the things I think, but what do I know? I'm just a guy with a guitar. And so, it's a fine track, but he gives out a really good message in it. And it's pretty catchy. He's got, like, some little backup vocals. And it's catchy, but it wears on you after repeated listens. Like, after you've heard it, like, 6 or 7 times, you're like, okay, I get it. And then we get another one of the singles, How Would You Feel? Another slow ballad track. And so, like I said, like, you get fast upbeat track, slow ballad track, fast upbeat track, slow ballad track, and it's just kind of annoying. And once again, How Would You Feel? It's not a bad song, and it does get stuck in my head a lot. Like, I find myself singing this song randomly. Like, I'll just be like, how would you feel? And I'm like, why am I even singing this song? So it is catchy, and it does get stuck in my head, but I've never once sat down and be like, oh man, I gotta hear How Would You Feel? Like, usually I just kind of hear it in the background. It's like a piano, ballad, guitar, typical Ed. This one is probably most like thinking out loud, and it'll probably get big eventually, but it's fine. And then the album ends with the song Supermarket Flowers, and holy crap, I know I've been ragging on Ed's slow ballad tracks a lot, but this song is really, I love I like Ed whenever he does slow ballad tracks that have meaning. And so uh, like all the slow ballad tracks, like "Give Me Love," "Kiss Me," "Wake Me Up," like those songs, like they felt really personal, down to earth. And then on Multiply, he started just doing slow ballad tracks just because he's kind of known for that. And at that point, and so like a lot of these songs on here on Divide also feel like that. Like they feel like, oh, I had to do some slow ballad tracks because I'm Ed Sheeran and I'm a guy with a guitar, and so I have to do slow ballad tracks. And so, but Supermarket Flowers, it's about his grandmother, super duper sad. Uh, yeah, a really beautiful song. Ed doing slow ballad tracks the right way, like he's supposed to. Really enjoyed that. So, like overall, I'm kind of torn. Overall, I'm kind of torn on this album. Part of me really, really loves stuff like Galway Girl, Shape of You, Eraser, Supermarket Flowers. But then another part of me is super indifferent to a lot of this stuff like Dive, Hearts Don't Break Around Here. Like they're just kind of there and just kind of just feel like they're there just because he's Ed Sheeran, so he has to do slow songs. Like they're fine tracks. Like none of this album is bad, but like it just feels like I could have gotten more from Ed. But anyway, it's probably overall. Uh, I still I still get the feeling to come back to this album, and I'm sure that some of the slower tracks will eventually grow on me once I move others in and out of rotation. But I just felt like I expected more from Ed, I guess, and I just got pretty much another Multiply. There's nothing really on here that's like super duper different. I wish Ed would go in the vein of like Galway Girl and Shape of You a lot more, like because his live shows are awesome with like all his looping and everything, and so I wish more of his studio tracks had that kind of organic feel to it. But it's a fine album. I'd say probably a strong 6 to a light 7 out of 10 for me. It's above average, but it's nothing amazing, and you're not gonna need to like write home about it or anything like that. So, what did you think of Ed Sheeran's new album? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.